Hello guys, it's Ladislav from Farm Gadgets, and today I would like to show you an implement which I designed and made in order to be able to accomplish small-scale earthworks with my front-end loader on my tractor. Anybody who lives on a small farm is faced occasionally with the need to move a bit of earth around, and as many would no doubt confirm, it is very difficult with front-end loader to do these sort of things. When I was shopping for my tractor, the front-end loader was on the top of must-haves list because somewhat maybe naively I thought that once I have a front-end loader on my tractor I can dig the soil, make holes and level ground and what have you. But not soon after I got the tractor I realized that that's not the case, because front-end loaders were obviously not designed for digging the ground. Front-end loaders were designed for moving loose materials around like gravel, compost, wood chips and such likes. And I have here a project where I'm trying to build an igloo, but the ground was sloping a little bit too much for my comfort. So I thought I'll level it. And project is really too small to justify hiring a guy with machine to do it for me. So I thought, having a tractor, I have a go at it. So I started here, as you can see, digging, and the loose soil, the top loose soil is quite easy to scrape and move with the front-end loader. And if you're lucky and you live on in an area where the loose soil is deep into the ground, you might be able to dig quite deep holes. If you're unlucky, like we are here, where you can see, have a look in here, where we have only about 20 to 30 centimeters of topsoil, and the rest down here is clay, which gets in summer hard almost as concrete. You cannot move it with front-end loader, and doing it with with the pick, I'm not really entertaining that idea. So I started the project with my front-end loader, and as I said, I removed the topsoil, but then when I hit the clay, that was it. So I, in order to be able to complete the job, I designed an implement which allows me to break the clay and remove it then with the front-end loader. And this is the implement, which is a Roman weapon looking like ram, which I attach to the 3-point linkage on my tractor, and then by backing the tractor I drive it into the clay, hard clay, several times in different spots, crumbling it and then reversing the tractor, and I can pick it up with the front-end loader. Now, if anybody would like to use this idea and build this implement, I just like to go through and have a few words about my thoughts and how I did it. Before I go any further, I would like to say, however, I'm not a mechanical engineer, nor am I a welder or boilermaker. I just learned a few skills along the way, and to build an implement like this, one really needs few skills and mainly common sense. Now, I designed this point, which is on a 50 by 50 millimeter square tubing attached to the crossbar, which then attaches to the and this arm here attaches to the tractor. This point here is being driven, is being lowered down as low as I can onto the ground, and then I push it into the clay. Now, when I was making it, this fin here seemed like a good idea, but it's more trouble than help, and eventually I cut it off. But now for the finishing the job, I just leave it there. The reason why it's no good, and don't put it in there please, just have some things on the side, top and the point. The reason being that if you drive it into the clay and you bring it down, then the bottom fin keeps pushing the point upwards and eventually creates slope like this here, as you can see, and it's near impossible to dip it any lower to get and break this down. So for the purpose of finishing the job, what I'm doing now, I just dig with the pick edge like this, so I can go in there and break it further. Now the other thing I like to point out, if you're going to make this, make sure that you select materials which are heavy. This is 50 by 50 with 5mm thick wall, and also make sure that your welds are half decent, because otherwise the forces are quite substantial when you use this implement, and you can break it or bend it or what have you. Now, as you can see here, I have cut the tubing, I have cut a little bit like this, and this here leans up against the crossbar. It's making sure that when the force is pushing in it, there's some support on it. And this bend here, this part here, brings the point a little bit lower, so you can easier lower it to the ground, and also provides a little bit more strength in here by welding this. Now the measurements overly are not really critical, and the best thing to do it is, if you have an implement which came with a tractor, like this one here for instance, you can take the measurements from that. That's what I did when I was designing this 3 points for attaching to the tractor. So other than that, it really is only, as I said, matter of good welds. I also included, I like to point out, I also included this little bit here, which is a bit of a flat material, yeah, just to provide a little bit more strength for this ram, and that's attached to that. Okay, so now there's only one thing left, and that is to demonstrate this thing in the action. And I'm not going to bore you with attaching it on there, so we will stop for a little while, and when I'm ready we will return. Okay guys, here we are, the thing is fitted on, so we will demonstrate now how to use this implement. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, the clay is quite broken down, and it's in a situation I can now reverse the tractor, pick it up with the front end loader and deposit it onto the other side. And I then can do the other side and right through until I get the length I require, and it will all be nice and flat. Well, if you decide to build one of those, good luck with it, and have a good day and happy farming.